Welcome back to my dark corner of this sick world.
All the nuts came out of the woodwork.
With the rebootquel now firmly established as a massive disappointment, we're taking a look at the original Town That Dreaded Sundown.
But everyone dreaded Sundown.
And despite the involvement of Boggy Creek director and Tiny Shorts model Charles B. Pierce,
that's pretty good, Tim.
This is bound to raise a few eyebrows because, hands up, this is not as bad as the films we usually review.
My God, I hope so.
Some would call it a neglected classic.
I want some evidence. Do you understand that?
I mean, they're wrong, but still, there is some love for this film.
Is he insane?
And it stars John Ford favourite Ben Johnson.
Who is this man? Pick up a copy of the Police Gazette. I got a feeling you're right.
The plot, based on a true story, concerns a hooded serial killer who is either asthmatic or Darth Vader's low-budget ancestor.
We've got a very strange person on our hands.
And who preys on Lover's Lane teens. Ah, the old yawn and stretch. Subtle. That's less subtle. Standard blunt instrument for this first killing, but the killer is equally at home with a knife tied to a trombone. Or just a gun. Two shots to the head and still moving. They breed 'em tough in Arkansas.
I must say they do know how to please a man.
There's a few rough edges. There goes the camera crew. But none of this is the real problem.
Norman Ramsey was close that night, but did not fire, for he knew the Phantom was just out of range.
And it's not just over-explanatory voiceover.
The incredible story you are about to see is true.
It's that this is supposed to be a docudrama. But of course, not a real one.
Well, I sure as hell don't buy that.
Let me get this right. This is a fictional story based on real events, told as if the fictional events were real, but are being restaged for the purposes of a semi-fictional film.
Gee, I don't know, Norm.
It does at least have novelty on its side.
Who knows?
But once you've decided you're making a faux documentary of any kind, that comes with certain limitations. For instance, you can't have a comic relief.
Some folks call me Sparkplug.
Even if it's played by the director himself, dressed as a woman.
Don't get excited now.
Here's the climax of a nail-biting chase. This is supposed to be a true crime story about people who really died, not the fucking Dukes of Hazzard.
You know that Phantom Killer hasn't been caught yet.
I'm not really surprised. Also, while the cops discuss who the murderer could be, the cameraman apparently knows. Or has a creepy foot fetish. What this movie really feels like is a normal fiction film whose director didn't have the skill to tell a clear story, so added the voiceover to cover the bits that weren't coming across.
Who the hell knows?
I already said this isn't as bad as most of the films we review, and it's not. It's worse because it's mediocre.
I'm not kidding.
It's not bad enough to be bad, and that makes it terrible.
Damn!
If you've got a film you'd like us to review, leave a comment below. Click here to subscribe, here to watch more reviews, or if you'd like to watch the latest episode of Dark Corner's Undead, click down there.
Jesus!